going, everybody? We're here. Vibing. You almost forgot about this banger? It's only been a week. So yeah, we're streaming today, in case you weren't aware. I think most of you here are aware though. Monster King LP, welcome. Thank you for the 4 months, friend. 4 very fun months. Hoffarino, thank you. What's up? And Larix, hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great day. I hope we're all having a great day. My day's been okay. My day's been like, I was trying to get things right on a tune and they weren't catching today. I hope we have more success in a moment once we get making some stuff. I think we're going to aim to make something I can play out. Because this is going to be the last stream for a while. I think we might do like a random stream between now and then, but like I'm going away to New Zealand next Tuesday, and then it's festival season, and I don't think I'm going to have the kind of time that I have had for the last few months. I'll probably say this a couple times throughout the stream just so people know. Yeah, I got another NZ tour starting next Friday, but I fly out on Tuesday. Big hype, yeah, it's gonna be good. Hanging out with Caracal and Netsky. Caracal and I are sharing an Airbnb for the middle part because we're gonna be in Auckland for a week with nothing to do. So we're gonna start a Fox and Caracal sitcom based in Auckland. Hey Ari, thank you for the resub, friend. How are you? How's things? You still big on the Helldivers, or have you changed it up? I guess there's worse places to be stuck for a week. Absolutely. We're going to be staying right in the center. I'm going to eat so much good food. I'm tempted. I'm actually really scared. I have so I get back I get back into the Netherlands on the 1st of July, and that Friday, that same Friday, we have Beats for Love in Czechia, and we have 3 days to rehearse. Fucking shitting myself. Like gonna sell socks one day. I'm from the Netherlands? No, I'm not from the Netherlands. I live in the Netherlands. What's this song? This is just something I made. I call it's called Nightwalk, but it's not released. It's mine, and mine alone. Altexo. Thank you. You've been touching grass, Ari? I believe you may have mentioned that, actually. Drop merch already? Good point. Let's see what we can do about getting a merch drop together by winter. Go, shut up, stop it, thank you. Thank you, friend. You should be spending that money on Wakfu subscriptions. doing anything else right now, Algo, you should play through the beginning of the game. See if you like it. Socks Hype Train, thank you very much, Barocked. Appreciate it, friend. Don't do it, Algo. You're better than this. It's been 51 years. 51 years. There's actually some merch that we've planned to do that hasn't been made yet. That we got to get out there. There's this one striped shirt that I think is dumb fire, but it's going to be really hard to get made. Thank you, Monda. Appreciate you. It's been 51 months. Not interested, Tanksky. Thank you anyway, though. Thanks, Fred. Don't know what. That's an old demo. I don't know. I'd have to remake it or something. Damn, 51 seconds at tier 5. I didn't realize I was going to become a millionaire today. Hey, ClickTrack, welcome back. Good to see ya. I think we should probably make some music. Fit check. White t-shirt and jeans. We ain't going super hard today. That the one I want to click? It is. Hello, friends. How are you? I don't know what you're saying, Flouch Official. I'm sorry. So, we're gonna do a little Paul. Why is this? Is this just looping? No. Okay. So. We're gonna make something I can play at my shows that are coming up. Gonna be real simple. Do we want to make something sort of future dubstep-y? Something drum and bassy? Or do we go house? Those are your options. And we're gonna see where any of those lead us. I reserve the right to interpret what I meant by future dubstep if that's what we end up going for. We having pole fights. Interesting. The house in capital letters. Definitely a Spaces, Paul. Spaces wants that house real bad. Would I recommend any audio interfaces? Any audio interface will work. Having a specific audio interface only matters if you've got the tech to hear the problems that different audio interfaces are going to cause. Because there's a whole thing about like audio conversion, because like when you're... Sorry. Burping all over the place. When your computer generates sound, it goes to an interface that makes it analog so that it can be something that's real, like what's coming out of my speakers right now. And that conversion can be good or bad on a sliding scale. It's not a super important thing, but that's why you see really expensive That's why you see really expensive audio interfaces. The boy Buster is here. He's here. Everyone say hi to him. He's good. And he's here. Thank you, Buster. Thank you for the 51. It's already been a month. Thank you, Ollie. Hope you're doing well. Buster, are you gonna install Wagfu? Because I think you should. I think we should do that. Just try it out for like a week. How's this poll doing? We're not even halfway there. Vibing. You want to do nothing today and I'm the reason? Eslipipipipi. Why? That sounds bad. Are you okay? Fucking do it, Buster. Algo, feel free to put some shit in the group chat thing about the fact that we're starting that. See if anybody else wants to jump on. How are you all today? How's things going? What's the best thing or worst thing that's happened to everyone today? Buster said he saw a sad video and it's ruined his entire day. We want better stories than that. And if they're sad, they need to be funnier. Yeah, rice cake? F. So Algo's having a terrible day. Cicada King, thank you very much for the tier 1. Biding time till Elden Ring DLC. Relatable, I can see that. Your Fox logo tattoo finished healing. W. Thank you. Hell yeah, Jay. No spice, not even salt. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking pure Pringles. Fucking refined pure Pringles. Interesting. I bet it tasted like paper. Philomena Kunk. Hell yeah. Finally moved to Linux on your home PC and install Bitwig trying to get the plugins to work. It's a fucking hassle. That does sound like a hassle. This is why I use app like Mac for everything. I know there's so little fuckery that you have to do. It's just there's no workarounds because most of the time shit just works. I don't know. Though I am like a decade deep Mac user at this point, so maybe that's just why it feels like that. Oh shit, the poll is 50-50 right now between future dubsteppy thing and drum and bass. Cicada King, thank you very much. Drum and bass is winning now. Dubstep crew, if you want to hear some 140, 145, I don't even know. Some weird creative stuff at that. I'm going to try pretty creative at least. Stuff at that tempo, then get that voting in. Can't say I'm not disappointed there, but that's okay. It's okay, friends. Unimaginative answer, but it's cool. We'll endure. We'll make it work. Make the D&B maker. Jay the Birdie, thank you very much for that. What's the word? Gift sub. Thank you. NSNS. Nice. Thank you. Second round without house. We're not doing that. Drum and bass 1. That's not how polls work, sadly. Second round with all the options being house. Yeah. Well. All right. Let's make some music. So, we're going to start at 1.7. We're going to start at 1.7.2. I've been having some some nice victories recently, starting at 172 and then just like speeding it up slightly. Actually, no, I'm just gonna put it at 174. I'm talking shit. How am I today? I always find myself hitting my afternoon dip around the time stream starts. So like, I'm feeling a little dippy right now, but we'll get there. 178 today. 178 never. I'm not a big like. I do actually have some project files that are way faster than that. But I think if you're gonna make drum and bass, to make it faster than 174 is a little redundant. If you can get your track to sound fast at 172. It sounds really fast and flowy at 174. I think speeding it up just always makes it sound slower than the other tracks going on in the dance. There's a copium pole just happening down there. So what we're doing right now is I made myself my own my own version of Addictive Drums. I turned off snapping. How's Dono what doing? I don't know. I'd need to like get the stems together and remake that if we ever wanted to see that one to see the light of day or something. So this right here is just like a multi-sampling thing I set up in Bitwig. I'm not a liar. What are you talking about? Nah. Me? I would never lie to you guys. Never. Does anyone watch me play Among Us? Yeah, I'm terrible at lying. Terrible liar, me. Among Us was a fun time. So, I've got this new device. I've been well, no, it's like the drum machine. And I've set up all of the. I've set this up a really weird way for a specific reason, but I've got all of these like audio receivers MIDI receivers receiving here, so I can actually like easily mix the thing from here. And we can just very easily swap out all of this. KD. No. SD. We're going to sort out the snare first. Maybe. That's kind of fun. These aren't synthesized. These are from various acoustic drum packs. That's just the rim, which is on the different. Have I tried EXO? I don't like EXO! I'm not a big fan of EXO. I use something else, which I'm sure the demo is expired for. EXO I find a little bit too chaotic. I don't like the cloud. That's just me. I would much rather organize things myself and just be able to grab them from folders that I know kind of hit. Because, like, if you have a certain kind of snare you want to go for, you categorize it in your head in a certain way. You organize it in your head in a certain way. Like, in my head, there's, like, archetypes of snares, and I know... how if I'm looking for like a rim style snare or like a sort of clappy, snappy kind of snare, I would rather have a load of snares that do that same job differently to each other rather than a load of snares that do exactly the same job as similarly to each other as possible. I find that a little bit more useful, personally. EXO is a really, really interesting and cool way of navigating your samples. I think I have too many samples for it to really feel like it works for me. I don't know. it's a bit polite, but I think we can make something cool out of it. We're just gonna tilt it, I think, actually. Tilt. It's a little bit too velocity insensitive. That's better. Can we do... Don't love exactly how the velocity is working on this one sec. Trying to keep my drums really dynamic these days. Maybe we can swap these two around. I never do this. No, it's weird. It does just throw you off. That's why I don't do that. Now, Amen would be this. Well, you'd also need like eighths hats. But I'm not ready for that yet. Not ready for that level of... I don't want to fill out that much space. Oh, you bought your dad the Flavor Matrix? Wait, where is this? Where is this? I haven't done many of the recipes from the book. Honestly, I think just using the book as it's intended is the most fun. Like finding for anybody who doesn't know, it's a book about flavor pairings in cooking, and it's got it's got these wheels that have like compatibility for different ingredients on them. So like, say you're cooking something with like mushrooms, it'll have like the best relationships of ingredients to that, and there's a lot of surprising ones, and it's based on the science of flavor, which is to do with matching aromatic compounds between different ingredients, and yeah, it's a cool book. That's cool, Madria. I used it for a while. I own it, but there's a reason I'm not using it. You know, I don't find it as this. I find this much more exciting because this snare, for example, there's like three different hits for velocity 1. So like we just right, you hear it's different every time. This is the velocity 10, but and that's that means that I can do like these rolls. And it doesn't sound artificial. I'm not a big fan of using using my my high power, I guess, hits as the main things. I prefer to get a drum sound that feels right for the track, and then support that drum sound with samples. That's the way I usually approach things. So like, you know, we've got plenty of snares like. That's the snare from Lemonade. I recently shortlisted these. These are the ones I like still. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of those leading the charge in my tunes. I'd prefer something like this to be where the sound comes from. All right. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. We need to let's quickly choose a kick and a hi-hat, and then we'll move on. Maybe. That makes me want to change the snare. I want to do this. Yeah, let's do that. But bring these up. Yep, I like that. I like that. The kick ended up a bit loud, but... I'm gonna EQ that kick a bit. It's a bit mental. Okay, let's change our hat up. Hat multi. This is the wrong place to look. I want to look here. Hat multi. Bong Dude, thank you very much for the 21 months, friend. It's kind of nice. I like that. Kind of want to try one. I just want to try snares again, see if they've like, because I think the kick has led us down to has narrowed down exactly where I want to go with this. Oh, that's kind of stinky. It would make me. I'm gonna need to. Nah, I don't want to commit to that. The reason I'm being a little careful about this because that's quite nice. Maybe up a little. Itchy nose. Maybe. The reason I'm being very careful about this, very messy, but kind of vibe. I'm gonna try this out. Nah, maybe not. I'm gonna try one more thing. Yeah, I'm into this. Let's do this. I'm gonna pitch the hat up a little bit more even. Do this. After. Just got some like light side chaining going on over here on the hat, like it's getting pushed away a little bit. Oh wait, that's here. You can hear it like getting crushed a little bit. Do we go all the way? Not yet. Let's not do that yet. Okay. We're going to duplicate this. I'm going to put this over here, probably at bar 9 for now. And we're just going to make a Vibey 8 bars, and we're going to have like a diminished, smaller version of these exact drums. So we're going to take out the lows. And we'll probably do a tiny bit of stab. Like this kind of thing. And then maybe a bit of soft saturation. Maybe we'll move this here. No. Just too much. And then more of this. Nice. This is enough to work with. So now we make music. This is enough. So if we just like so anybody who wasn't a fan of this drum sound, like the thing to think about here is anything that's not going to hit as high and hard as you would be used to in drum and bass, I'm probably going to be reinforcing that with noise or fundamentals or samples. But the idea is to take as little, to subtract as little from this kind of drum sound as possible to keep the sort of aliveness of that intact. Because that's pretty alive. Know what I mean? I think that this is probably going to be a bit more like this. It's probably going to be like this. It's going to be a 4. Let's do that now. Actually, that'll be nicer to work with. Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. That's the beat. So now we're in our downwards place. FM8 or form? I don't think FM8 is as necessary as it used to be. FM's really easy to do in any synth now, whereas FM8 used to be the specialty one. You can still get some crazy stuff from FM8. Form is really cool too for messing with samples. That's quite hard. That's quite a hard distinction to make. Yeah. Depends what you need. How do I make my shuffles funky? I don't know, Slicer. If you could help narrow down what you mean, what it is you're specifically asking, I might be able to answer it a bit clearer, but like funky is quite a vast like collection of things to be. Hey Mo, how you doing? How was your stream, friend? We just started. I was about to start adding music. We made some drums, or made a drum break of our own, and now I'm going to start doing stuff with it. Yeah. Wait, is that a Mo kick? That's a nice kick. That's a nice looking kick. Made some DMB? Oh! How'd it turn out? Someone drop the clip. I'll take a listen if you want that. Maybe by both. It's the sale from Native Instruments. For Native Instruments, oh man, they have so many great things. Oscillus Law. There's a couple things I'm an evangelist for. Oscillus is definitely one of them. I don't have to hear it. If you don't want to play it, you don't have to. I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm just saying. I was just like letting it be out there. For now, I'm going to put down something nice and sparkly and wet or something. Let's do this by date, sort order, date. What do we have that I've added in recently? This is all the drum stuff I was doing. Okay. Dulcimer compressed. That might be a nice place to start. Let's do that for now. I'm just going to let this be a texture that we work around. Going to have something just Titus in there. I'm just gonna click it in. Might make this 16th in a moment. We'll see. Oh, Bishi remix. Let's go. All right, here's the clip. Loading up the clip. Oh.
Okay, Arthur, I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow, and I'll try to do what you said, okay?
That's what he's gonna do. Nice.
We obviously need a key change there as well. Like, here. Like, it needs to go ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like the bass is hitting slightly late. Everything else sounds great. Obviously, the mix is nice. I like the empty low mids. Yeah, it sounds good. It would have been cool if this was the same key right then, wouldn't it? That would have been cool. Down one key. I want to do a couple things here. I'm just going to quickly get an EQ plus. And we're going to kill some of this high end off. Nice and easy. Do this. Get this. Get this. Oh, that's not in sync. Fuck it, we're going weird. I'm gonna vibrato it. M-vib. Where you at? M-vib. Maybe even like stereo vibrato. I know. Meme time right now. We have our bed, if that's the way you'd want to call it. And maybe I'm just gonna quickly play around with compressing it. I mostly don't compress these days in any way, shape, or form, but with sounds that are kind of real, like this dulcimer sound, you kind of sometimes need to push them into place. The reason I don't compress is because you have so much control over envelopes and stuff like Bitwig that you may as well just get the envelope right instead of having to compress. Then you can just like nudge it whenever stuff changes. I'm gonna duplicate this channel and maybe play some stuff myself. long is that? That might be it might be 16 bars instead of 8. Let's put it down. Silly me, fucked it up. You probably couldn't hear it because of all the delay, but I fucked that up slightly. Wait, where am I fucking... There we go. That sound selection is amazing. Thank you. It's just 2 sounds right now, like 2 of the same sound. I think one of the important things, especially if you're really like seriously trying to get something together, is don't just settle on your line straight away. Like, you heard me kind of try a couple things, and then eventually it was like... was friends with what was already down on the page. It's really important to do that. That's why I think it's really important to have a MIDI keyboard. You have to try stuff. You have to throw stuff at it and it be wrong, because if you only ever mouse it in, I think there's something in your brain that wants to commit to whatever's down there. Do you have to learn piano? You don't have to be good. You just have to glimpse stuff. But it's, you know, like clicking in MIDI is just as hard. I wouldn't say it's like any easier or harder to do either, but like having the option to do both means you can do both. You can kind of go. I'll do this. Happiness, thank you for that resub, my friend, and JCG. Thank you both very much. Humming something to myself, 1 second. Just gonna use the Love the Day lead for now. A very, very simple melody that hit my brain that might actually be the entire lead for the tune, which is exciting. Let me know what you think. I'm just gonna put it down. That was slightly wrong, but it's the same basically both times. That works out for every chord change. I think I'm going to simplify a bit. That's it. Crucible drop? Probably. This isn't the lead sound I want though. I want to change this out a bit. Or at least like get rid of the saw. I think I want to go back to this. Ah, that's there. This'll do for now. I want. That me? Did I make that? How did I make that? Oh, right. Yes, that one. I don't think this is right either, but let's try it. That pad for this tune. I like that pad, but not for this tune. New one pad. One of my pads. Pad. This might be the vibe. We just need something to enforce the chords for if we need to enforce the chords. Like I want to try it out, you know, have the option to. Yeah, I just want to do that. I fucked up a little around here. Four-bar loops? Nothing wrong with a four-bar loop. It's about how can you make a four-bar loop that both bears repetition and that you can push and pull to different places. I think a good example of that is Enemy Brain. Is this the Enemy Brain chords? Absolutely not. No. This chord is an Enemy Brain before the first big chorus, because it goes like but in a different key as well. But it goes like, wait. And then for the pre-chorus, it's like, if I fall down. that. Yeah, there you go. Da, 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 but does that. Fuck that up a little bit though. We can just do this, right? Best way to do this. Guess I can just do that, right? No. Screw it. Let's do this and then this. Then this. Oh yeah. I'm just like making sure all of these, like, so we don't have, like, because this is meant to be, this pad is meant to be kind of a much more background element, sort of showing you where the chords are at. We don't want it to take any attention away. We just want it to be a solid melodic foundation, or like chordal, I guess would be the word. A chordal foundation for this section that might not even be used in this section, but also it'll be nice to have an articulated version of these chords to pull into a pad for our sound design later on and tweak it if we need to, etc., etc. And this, the cool thing about this chord at the end, it's this, which I believe is an A sharp minor. I'm not playing it as an A sharp minor, but an A sharp minor, I guess it's an A sharp minor with a 6. No, an A sharp minor with a 7. You can do that with it. Like if we were an A sharp minor, that sounds pretty nice, but we're actually here. So like, it's quite a dark chord change. But that's why it feels kind of like a big change, because we're kind of going... It's just a really easy little free bit of darkness that I threw in there, and I'm going to kind of try commit to. We may get rid of it if it starts causing issues for payoff, but I don't think it will. Right? It's super dark. Tobbs320, thank you very much, friend, and Durapen, thank you both so much for those subs. Big up to you both. What's this like, an octave up? 2 octaves up. I like it. Okay, what bass do I have? What's metallic 5th bass? Bit heavy. it doesn't actually, Mandalorian. Mondarian. Fucking hell. No, it doesn't. I'm trying to settle on something. I was having fun then, but none of it was really stuff I'd want to keep. Think... Might need to take it up a key for the sub. I want to try a different kind of bass. I was wondering about one of these... No. Mewing pad. What's that? Did we call it that because of stream? I believe we did, right? That. Anyway, I want to try a different bass sound. I want to try something decaying. Bass. What do we have? Go-to basses, yes. But my basses, thank you. That's not how this works. Okay. What do we have? Wait. Bubble formant lower? I guess this is... We've used this a little bit recently. I'm gonna... follow it like that. So that's ones, annoying. I think I'm gonna like, I liked all the other stuff I was doing, but honestly, it felt like it was a bit much. Maybe just one hit? I like that. Ignore the sound of this lead. Oh, this one here. It's not right, and I'm mostly just keeping it there as a melodic reminder. We're gonna change up the sound. We're gonna use that melody as the main hook in the drop, and what we'll do is we'll like de-engineer whatever sound we end up with in the drop with this melody, to replace this sound we have here. But for now, this is fine. Interesting. Is this loop still cursed? Okay, here we go. Later, Israel music. Have a good one. Kinda want to take it up a key so we don't have to octave this so hard. Close my door. So I really want to... There's 2 times that it goes to this chord. Right. Turenpug! Welcome, friends! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome, we're making some music. That's a solid raid. That is a solid raid. Thank you very much, friends. What are you guys up to today? We just started something. We just started something that we're going to be turning into some droppy stuff. I'm about to go on tour, so I wanted to make one more tune to be able to play out. So that's what we're doing right now. Right now we're making The Vibe. Sounds like this. want to ever say anything. I felt like a very silent raid. Ghost Raiders, yeah. The funny thing is I did watch the viewers jump up and it instantly went back down after a little while. Like, didn't like tick down, it just disappeared. So who knows what the fuck happened there. Madness. Show you the hat up close? Yeah, sure. If that'll work. I don't know if that's focusing on me, I can't see. But yeah. If you're asking what it says story. After the eagle tab. It's got like, where is it? Like, yeah, it's got like story written on it with like an earth in the middle. It's like embroidered. Yeah, story. Some people think it looks like Tory, which is not good. This key is better, isn't it? Yeah, being able to take this one down is really nice. We're gonna have to commit to this key. Okay. Let's start making a drop. So like, because we built this around this, and that's like our internal rhythm scheme, we've already themed our song in a few ways. Like we've got the chords from the vibe zone, we've introduced the lead, we did all of that in the context of the drum beat we made earlier on, but with it taking a backseat. That means that we've already kind of signaled to the listener how much we can do. So, I mean, we've already signaled to the listener a lot of stuff that we haven't really cashed in on yet. So the next thing to do is cash in on those things. So like, I'm just going to quickly write a drum roll. The melody feels a bit out of place for me. How good the other parts of the song sound. The melody or the sound? Because the melody I'm happy with, the sound I'm not. Like the sound is totally placeholder because we're going to be doing something else in a moment. I mean, like we could take some time to make that sound better too, but like it's going to be better to be able to signpost the sound that will end up working with the drop as opposed to taking that sound a bit of both. Well, we'll see. I think if you were to listen to it like this, yeah, like this. The note lengths ain't great. Makes sense to me. It's like the bass is worth committing to. The bass says we're not going to be able to use a whole lot of those overtones in the bass with what I have planned, but yeah. But yeah, Taco, it's a bit of both, or is it not a bit of both? Now you kind of hear it distilled down to it's like, I guess it's fundamentals, but not technically. Who's texting me? No, the Bitwig subreddit. I have little little things for that, little notifications. Fill in the gaps. What drums are these? These are a load of I painstakingly turned all of these acoustic drum samples into multi velocity round robins. So like that way I basically built my own addictive drums within Bitwig, one that I have like control over in a way that I probably wouldn't other stuff. Not self-made, not self-recorded. It's just various ones. Some of them from Circles, some of them from Yurt Rock, some of them from other places. Just various sample packs. There's quite a lot of good acoustic sample packs off Splice. Like as in like they're not on Splice. They're elsewhere. I've bought enough of them that my cookies now just send them to me when new ones come out and I see them on my Instagram and shit. So that's a bit chicken and eggy, but fuck you gonna do? probably need to do this. I don't want to have to do this, but I think I need to. This is the hi-hat. Right, so let's make a new group, which is going to be like a main sound design group for our music send. Like, so we have like a music send with everything in there. We're gonna get ourselves these two things. These are both the bass. Let's not be morons like that. So there we go. This is So the first thing we're going to do, because we're going to be using our modulations to open these, we're going to do this. So that we have... so we're making sure that everything is full length. We're going to be... That means that, by that, like, I mean, it's fully legato. We get to carve this into whatever shape we want. And like the simplest way I can show you that is if we just grab this group that this is in, and we get a tool, which is just going to be able to turn the volume of this thing up and down, and we just do this. We'll end up with something cool basically straight away. So this is just a shape that the volume's going to play at, and we could do, yeah, we can do this. On a very basic level, that's what we're going to be doing, but with loads of different things. So like, that doesn't sound great, but we're going to be doing this in a cooler way, essentially. I think we need to... Wait, how much is this being done by? It's not. Right, so anyway, I'm going to get rid of that volume thing. We're going to do that manually. Yeah, I guess we just got to start fucking doing this. Let's... Fox Caracal project. We haven't even saved once today. Actually, that's a good point. But also, it's the beta is catching up and it's a lot more stable now. So, what is it? Pre-tour stream track Lamau done. I'm just gonna do this because it's always good to do this with this sound, this kind of thing. This right here. Wait 1 sec. Fine with me. Okay. I think we need to make this longer. This is... okay. Well, let's make this a bar. Do this. BH Hero. Nice. Nice. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Mondarian, I answered that question at length the other day for you. Come on. M-Spec. M-Spectral Dynamics. Yeah, oh yeah. Stop derailing me. Put a gate before your compressor for each band spectrum. Wait, you can make one. You can make a make a loud split. Make just compression and gate. No, loud split is spectral. Loud split is basically, this is essentially just a small spectral gate right here. That's all I'm using it as. And then like it's a spectral, like underneath here is a different, and underneath here is spectral means it treats every harmonic individually, or has the ability to separate them into individual spectra. Don't worry about it for now. If you don't, we'll when I come back after some touring and shit, we'll do a clinic. I'll just do an entire stream where I'll be like, okay, what don't you understand about production? What aren't you sure about? And we'll go through everything. We'll go through everything, and we'll queue up all the messages, and I'll try and answer what questions I can. That sounds fun. Neros, and you're misunderstanding what I mean by spectral. Like, fuck it, we're doing it, fuck it. Here, so we have this sound here. All right, here's this sound. Let's delete loud split. It would be a jank version the way you're saying. I know. No, you can't get the same thing as loud split using an EQ unless you do literally 20,000 of them, like split next to each other with tiny band passes. You wouldn't get the same thing. I love talking about this shit, Stibbits. It's also I don't mind taking a little holiday off that because I'm about to do some pretty heavy legwork in terms of production. So like, this is kind of fun. So look at this. Each of these peaks are frequencies. Like if let's make it way bigger. There you go. So these are some of the frequencies that are present in that sound. They are at various volumes. Something like loud split or Melda Spectral Dynamics or other spectral plugins, they are able to separate those out using I believe the fast Fourier transform. Don't worry about that. That shit's not important for this. All you have to know is that these plugins are able to separate each of those individual frequencies. All of those frequencies are present in the sound. You don't hear them individually. Like the only way you hear them individually is if we take this first note, put it on repeat, like this. Like there's one here. And if you listen out for this, you can almost hear it there. It's not entirely there, but you can almost hear it. get the idea. Those are all frequencies that are there. They're all sine waves because they're single frequencies. Something like loud split. If we take this and we bring this down, this is a loudness threshold. The loudest thing in this being the sub. It's letting different ones through, and we can change the tilt of how it reads it so it can read mid information earlier. You can do that. So this right now, instead of being all of these things, is all of these things, which were the loudest ones. It's got rid of all this stuff here. This stuff is only making it through briefly, and everything higher isn't. And that is, that's entirely based on the volume of those frequencies. What loud split does is it actually splits off the different levels. So like, that's the loudest stuff. This is the stuff quieter than the loudest stuff. And you can choose how quiet you want the quietest stuff to be. So this is the middle stuff. And this is the quietest stuff. Often getting rid of the middle stuff can sound quite cool. Or getting rid of the quiet stuff, or both. Or getting rid of the loudest stuff, you can get texture-y stuff often. And these are all like, actually like, bands. And that's what loud split does. And that's that. I was just cleaning up this. What's the difference between loud split and a dynamic EQ? Geez, everything. A dynamic EQ is just changing the volume of things dynamically. This is separating those things out and allowing you to get rid of specific harmonics that aren't as loud without in real time. And to do that in real time, like here. So if we let me just redo this because I've been meaning to do this with. So if we look at this, if we look at this, this one versus this one, like, could we automate an EQ to do to this the processes that could lead us to this? Probably. Would it take forever? Yes. And it wouldn't necessarily be reactive to the sound like this is. This is specifically just to use the loudest harmonics of the sound only and nothing else. Or at least that's what I'm doing with this right now. Versus... Thank you, Bacon, or Beacon, depending on where you're from. Kodak Mark, do you get why this is nothing like dynamic EQ now? So like, here, let's just take the first hit and I'll show you exactly what's happening. So if you look here, all of these things are present, right? As we bring this up, it's going to let more things in until it's basically the same. But as we bring this up, it's letting through only the ones that are the loudest. And this is like leaving a lot of space. It's like the amount of frequencies, the amount of tonal space it takes up is much, much less, which is why we were using that just a moment ago to set up for what we're about to do now, which is continue making music. I don't like the tone of this. It's too saw-ish. Do quite like that though. I think we're going to send both of these things through some kind of key tracking phaser. That's one of those sentences that sounds like I'm making shit up, but I promise I'm not. looking on the really flat actually, like a nice taper off, quite pleasant. But I'm still not a big fan of the tone anyway. This is something that you could play loud and it wouldn't fuck with people's ears though, which is nice. Maybe we could key track this inverse. Nice. That sounds about right. Terminology is hard. It splits the frequency content between 3 waveforms. Wait, don't worry about waveforms with this. Just think of the entire spectrum of frequencies as actually individual pieces that are being combined to make the sound in terms of frequencies. Spectral stuff isn't really concerned with waveform stuff. It's just frequencies. Just frequencies. Waveform is time. Waveform is time. Frequencies is pitch and harmonics. There is a difference between those things, sadly. But we need to be able to talk about this shit directly, you know? All. Well, I guess we're doing that, ain't we? Have to find our low. Set a macro from this into this, probably only like. I lost it. 1 second. So from here to about here. That should do. We can fuck with it a little. I'm going to give it a little bit of extra height and maybe take it down the tiniest bit. So we have like a little bit of extra side, extra like depth for us to modulate. But we're going to do that modulation very quickly. Macro 1. There we go. So you need to start lower and move more. Okay, this has got too much going on there. And we'll copy this because it's the same. Can we just repeat this over and over? Probably. Needs a bit of tweaking, so I'm going to do that first. We need this is kind of a garbage in, garbage out kind of situation where we need to get this right for the next sections to be well informed. Go away. Not right now. I think it needs to fall more, like fall hard. How you doing? You know something I'm tempted to try here, which I haven't done yet? Yeah, okay, let's have a look at this. So this is this group and what this group looks like. So what if we just do the tiniest like light saturation on this? I'm gonna maybe do maybe M saturate. I do love it. That's too much. That's slightly too much saturation. But and then we're gonna M spec. So like we're lightly touching it up, lightly touching it up. Wow. No, we're lightly like, crushing slightly. M spec. And we're gonna flatten the shit out of this guy. Oh no. So, we're gonna keep the threshold nice and high, and we're gonna take the output down, and we're just gonna M spec the melder thing. So this is the other one, the other spectral thing. I think spectral is very fun to work with. So this is basically doing what Soothe does. This is now essentially noise, but all the phases and the things that were present in the other, but it's only the frequencies that were present in that sound that it started with. But what we're going to do after that is gate it. Well, we're technically going to do it before it, but we're going to gate it at the same time, essentially. Does it do less CPU power than Soothe? I don't worry about CPU power. I kind of like, whenever I buy a laptop for production, I max out all of the processing power I can on it, because I don't want to be on because I travel a lot, and I will be traveling a lot as of Tuesday. I want to be able to take this laptop with me and I can do what I can. So this is good. I've got a powerful laptop. I don't know. So this is a spectral gate. platform do I post my music on the most? YouTube and Spotify. Cup of cake? No problem. Let's fuck with the threshold a bit. First time chatter with a YouTube link? No thanks. Right, so this is okay. This sounds kind of not great right now. I'm going to see about EQing it after this to get a bit of tone back. So this is the EQ post. I'm not sure I'm into this, if I'm being honest. That's cooler. Yannickin, I think you're misunderstanding what a waveform is, or like what we would say, like why we would differentiate between this being spectral versus waveform based. Because spectral is where it is all of the individual frequencies that make up the sound, and that's what's being processed here. It doesn't recognize the waveform. It doesn't base itself off the waveform. Any sound becomes a waveform when you listen to it, when you play it back, but it's nothing to do. It's nothing like this isn't a waveform based kind of thing, unless you're just saying that everything is a waveform, in which case it's kind of not really like what's going on here anyway. This will do for now. I'm kind of over this. Wait, what? No, it just does FFT on the waveform? I mean, or the signal. or the spectrum or the frequency spectrum? I mean, yes, like. Yeah. To call it the waveform is misleading though, because the waveform is the waveform, you know. No, it's not on the frequency spectrum. I mean, they're all analysis tools for the same thing, but thinking about an FFT transform in a practical sense, it's not helpful to think of it in terms of waveforms. It's more helpful to think of it in terms of the frequency spectrum. EQ this before the... And without the saturator? No, I want the saturator. Okay, cool. Back to this. Spectral Suite not be able to do all the stuff Melda can? Not the soothing part that this does. I do use the Spectral Suite. Like earlier on in this chain, in this stuff, there's the I'm using loud split to get rid of everything but the loudest spectra. But this one in particular, it soothes and loud splits at the same time. I find it more useful for that kind of processing than the Spectral Suite. So it's two yes and no. I don't think you can do any like soothe-like thing with, even though I don't really like soothe that much anymore. I don't think you can do soothe-like stuff with the Spectral Suite. If you can, then let me know. User 582363. That's distorting. We need to tilt this. Could you explain that in longer terms, please? Make way HQ. I don't think I fully understand the process of that. But if there is a way to do soothe with loud split, then that's useful information for me, of course. Can you make with Fab MB? No, very different, very different. You could make it with FabMB if you could have 20,000 bands in FabMB. 200 FabMB is at least. This tone isn't right. Oh, right. Yeah, but that's way less direct. That's not as So I turn down loudest band. Let me make sure I'm fully understanding this. Turn the loudest band down by 3 dB, then boost 10k before then cut the exact same after. So kinda, yeah, but that doesn't. It's not the same thing. Close enough to get the same effect. I don't agree. I'm gonna fuck around with doing that in case I can find another use case for it. Not right here, but like at some point. But it's not the same. Like pre-post EQing like that can be a fun thing to fuck around, but usually I find that there's the thing you're trying to get around not doing, it's usually just better to just fucking throw that plugin on. Thanks, Seth Drums. Appreciate it. That might be nicer. Okay, so I've been kind of procrastinating doing this, but let's do this. So that's like our... Alright, tool. We're going to use this. We're going to have a group modulator here, macro. Done. This is going to get sent to this, which is going to be our transform curve. It's going to make life a little easier. No, I just realized that I need to start moving a little. Peepoo, thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. So we're going to do... Can I play the drums? I can't play the drums. I really like programming drums, and I used to be able to play the drums okay, but I was never incredible. Eventually, I'd like to have some drums in my studio and be able to play drums properly. But until that day, I cannot play the drums properly. I wouldn't like. I know a few people who say they can't play drums, and then they'll like occasionally like track drums for themselves, and they can't play the drum. But yeah, no, I would like to, but that's not. So we're going to do this. These are both the same. I'm going to bring this back a little like this. And this. So we're just going to be listening to this one bar for a moment. I'm sorry if it's not going to be super cash money awesome, but... Actually, screw it. We'll do this. So this is our transform curve. So as we drag this up, it's going to be like... So this is when we start sculpting properly. And for I'm going to save before we do this because the previous betas didn't like this, but it seems to be fine. We'll throw this in here and we'll leave this looping. This is our the entire riff wants the same, at least mostly the same modulation. So we can just use this this clip here looping. We can fuck with it in here instead. I'm gonna fuck with this first. So like in theory we could like move all this back here. But we don't like that. That's a little bit boring. So what's this like? Sweet. Take down the formant on this, but I don't think I have the power to. Okay, 1 second. Gonna do this. Not Taco, this snare isn't done. This is all placeholder. This is like it's the direction. It's the this way. This way is the snare. Oh. Oh, we're talking about Survive Method. Places? Places is fucking great. I know this snare kind of sucks right now. That's cool. That's kind of heavy. Kind of want to do this now. Okay, we're starting to get some ideas here. Would it be better if I played the same note? No, I don't think it would be better if we did that, but there are some things that I will try. I was wondering about doing this every time. But like, for now I'm going to leave it as it was, because I'm still sound designing. So, how's our level right now? We need to get rid of this. We've been working into a soft clipper this whole time, but I'm okay with it. We're gonna get this. What a weird little sound. We're gonna fuck with it a little. I'm gonna try this. No, I wasn't using anywhere near as much automation in the Logic era. No, I was using a lot of serum effects, like to trigger stuff. Okay, so test tone. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna fuck. Okay, this shit. All right, so we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go dry. Gonna duplicate this, and here we're gonna put a test tone, and this test tone is just gonna be white noise. And we got a low cut sad white noise like this. And we're going to have the mix up. We're going to turn it up. Then this white noise is going to be AM'd to the group 1 master effects chain 2. Master effects chain 2 dry. Why is that not working? Because it's not on. And we're going to have this transform curve work slightly differently. Now we're going to listen to it in context. A bit loud. Thinking about okay, we need to do one thing about this. Okay, yeah. Note receiver. Please give me the note receiver. I don't know. Oh, right, yeah. Music, group 1, bubble performance 1, done. Let's get an ADSR here. And this is just me setting it up so that the noise will deactivate itself. Cool. Too much noise though. I think it's more that it's too much of this. I remember you asking that, Legal Killer and Renata. Let's check that because I'm really curious. I bet it's just a syncopation you don't like, but I remember being really curious about that and not checking it. Wiggly Fox Stevenson. Tiny little ear break. Listen to something fucking old as shit that I made. Wait, not this one, right? This one. Wait, that's not my one either. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. 130. No, that's syncopation. That's just an offbeat 16th. Yeah, no, that's not wrong at all. You might not like it, but it's not wrong. Yeah, totally on purpose. Because it goes da 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 da. Yeah. I think that we need more decay on the white noises transform curve. Alright, now for the thing that's going to make the biggest difference. We're deliberately still not adding proper drums because the more work we can do with this sound, the less drums we're going to have to add to the tune. And you know, we make music, we don't make drum beats, you know? The more that we can get from our musical elements, the more musical our song is. And that's no shade to music that is, you know, very much about its drums, but for me, I'd rather be like putting this melody front and center. So, let's get the Klesi delay out first. Let's try that first. Mod midside. Stop saying that. I will never stop saying that. There's not ping pong mode in this, is there? I know you can do this, but that's not ping pong. There's not a ping pong mode in this. I think I might use something else. I want ping pong. Right in time for some Klesi action. Fuck yeah, Cass. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, you've mean like your timing's impeccable. What could I say? But actually, no. Delay. Ping pong. I know this sounds mental, don't worry. Don't worry about it, it's not a problem. It's not your problem, it's my problem. And it's not a problem for me yet, so don't worry. You know what? I need to pee, so I'm going to put on some music. Else I'm going to step out the room. So let's put on Enemy Brain. Yay! I'll be right back. Does this need filling up? No, we're good. Alright. BRB.
Just another day in this hell world, hey. I don't let it in, I get by, okay. Step through the fog, how am I feeling today? Well, you know. See, I was doing great till the happiness tax round 4 p.m. It just hits like that. Yeah, some of my best days still go bad. But you know, I've been trying to figure it out. Oh, there's gotta be some kind of reason why I've been feeling so down. I did everything right, but it still feels like the sky's falling down. It's my enemy brain ain't cooperating, it's beating me down, and it's freaking me out. I've been searching and can't find a reason why I'm the mess I am now. How am I supposed to relax through competing with all of the stress and the doubt? I'm too close to the canvas, I gotta step back, I can do this, but how? I guess I'll keep trying to figure it out. Oh, there's gotta be some kind of reason why I've been feeling so down. I did everything right, but it still feels like the sky's falling down. It's my enemy brain ain't cooperating, it's beating me down. Oh, and it's freaking me out, yeah, yeah. I don't say what's on my mind, you're the only one who sees me. Yeah, I've wasted so much time, but somehow I know you need me. I'm looking for an easy life, won't you take my hand and lead me? I know you got yourself to find, but I can wait right here, believe me.
Oh,
Another place, another time, another day in the next life.
nah.
Out of sight, I'm out of mind.
We don't need that right now. We need to... Yeah, so I called up. I had a bit of a cry on the phone to my ghost producer. She told me what I needed to do, so that's the plan. Aw. Really tempted to try something fucking weird, but I'll do that later, I guess. I'll do this first. Oh, this was noise. We can also, in a moment, we may be adding pads into this too. I know this is not how it's supposed to sound, but that's because we're listening to just the reverb or, well, in this case, it's a delay. But you get what I'm saying. That's all we're listening to right now. I just need to grab this tool right here. So the cool thing about these is we can just drag these around and put them on, like, I can put this on this wet channel. And we can just invert this and do something along the lines of this and maybe this. Oh, this is the wrong one. I drugged the wrong thing. Drug it to the wrong place, I did. That's so northern. This and then this and then this. So one thing I am very tempted to try for no particular reasons, I want to try doing this. This might be insane. This might be really cool. Let's set this to hertz. Like 9 hertz. Is that crazy or is that cool? Oh, I guess I could also do this, but positives only. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Let's try that. I'm just doing some weird panning shit. Don't mind me. Sick but a bit distracting. Yeah, I think you're right. That's like 50% it. That's kind of cool. I'm into that. I'm gonna try putting some micro shift on this, just a bit of chorus on our delay. Yeah, Tom, you don't get a say on this one, friend. Cool. Where are we at now? A rough outline of our tune. Okay, don't want 2 hits on that first one. That's really confusing. We just want a long one. Let's try that out. I think what we need is well, let's put this here. We're gonna do some momentary stuff. Okay. We're gonna need a column response. We're gonna need a small column response here. Yeah. Okay. We need to leave this gap, I think, from what we're implying from this section. So, like, listen to the way this melody works with this. It's nice, and then I think we want to honor it. Right? It's not crucible enough. I'm sorry, but that's a you problem. Heavy. we can move on. Gonna move on by 2 beats. No, 1 beat. One more beat. Can we just do 2 of these? I like that. Maybe this. One of these, maybe? Okay, how's this now? Oh no, the loop! You ready? We're gonna start making the drums after this because it seems like we've got it. Right, we happy? People who, if you're expecting the drums to change radically, don't hold out too much hope. I think I'm going to add another wet layer, and I'm going to do a reverb. Neoverb. Without this. It's not transients that they need, I think. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to try first, actually. One second. So one last thing I'd like to try here is we go in this group. I'm going to make a new group inside this group with probably just this up here. This guy comes here. I'm going to take a listen to him on his own. Listen to that. That's not going to work, is it? No. Yeah, okay. I guess we just work with it in context. That's fine. No, it's not. I want to listen to this on its own first. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get like a legato full spectrum pad of some kind. I should have saved the thing from this, but I'm just gonna grab this because this pad's been serving me well in like this exact situation. And why would I waste time making it again? Okay, well I grabbed the drums somehow. That was weird. So this group 2, extra harmony. This group 2 is going to be completely silent. It's going to be like a sidechain group that gets sent to. So, all right, we need to. Whatever. This is the weird way of doing it. The routing's a little strange on this, but I'm just going to let it be. I'm going to duplicate the dry here. And instead, we're going to audio receive here. So the way this works is it's literally just going to be something that will take a signal from somewhere else. For example, extra harmony master pre, so it's pre fader. And then now this is in here in our chain, like. some of the heavy though. So we're gonna quickly play with it a bit. Phaser. Using this same thing. More aggressive EQ? I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I haven't EQ'd much. I don't like to EQ my sound design anymore because I feel like if your wavetables and your saturation and your filtering are done right, you shouldn't have to EQ because it just means that you've leveled everything out right. Levels of your frequencies in your wavetables and how they come out of the saturation, how they hit the saturation, etc., can get you everywhere you need to be. Like this, maybe this is actually quite EQ'd and that's why it's sounding weird. That's probably what's causing us issues. Because I had that EQ on it for a reason in the other project file, but like usually if I'm gonna EQ, I'll just like cut some lows or something from this, which I do want to do with this one. Now this sounds pretty cheap right now, but it might be okay with everything else. So we're gonna start doing it in I do like that. I don't like the high note. Distracting. It's not perfect, but it's better, right? Maybe the phase is too much now that we have the tone okay. Yeah. I'll need a little bit. Like the phaser? I'll try it again. Can't really hear it, I'll be honest. I think it's just making it more distracting for me. I do miss how it sounds without the pad, if I'm being honest. Just that tiny bit might be nice. Maybe I'll just low cut it. Over here. There's no point putting a low cut on that if I want to be able to add a harmony in later on. I hear it decimal, but like right now we're using a placeholder break and this, like, wondering why I put the same effects on both the lead and the bass sound. I want it to be one sound. Like, if we were to swap either one out and put it elsewhere, whoops, like if we take the lead and put this, you know, just out here and we let it be done to the bass. Or the opposite, where we'll just do that to the thing. Obviously, like those would need to take work, but like I like how it sounds with everything together. Also, like right now we've got a lot of space, and I'm not unaware of this big gap here. So like, here, let me. This big gap here needs a musical element to say something. And also, like, let's do the drums. So we have an idea of the flow, the rough tone of our drums, how much we're missing once the drums are actually hitting and carrying us more. Because right now they're just kind of like a breakbeat. I do think there's a chance I'm gonna need to quickly do this though. There's a moth in here that's fucking annoying me. All right, where are we? This was the guy we're gonna. Can we do this? Throw the jug at it. Good idea. Why is that happening there? It's got like a weird skip. Is that like two? Here he is. Fucking little shithead. Why is it skipping there? Yeah, what is that? This. Why is it doing that? That's very strange. Why? Friend. Okay, I guess that fixed it. Whatever. That's nothing. Let's not talk about that. Okay. Kick. Yeah, kick first. Because the kick has the most we already have a suggestion of what the kick wants to be. We have this. So, here's how we're gonna start. Here's how we're gonna approach this initially. What's this? What hardware am I running Bitwig? What do you mean? What do you mean, Willard? What kind of answer are you looking for there? I remember this kick being decent. Why don't I just grab that and we'll start there. PC specs. I'm running it on a M1 an M1 Max, I think. Laptop. That's a bit zappy for today, innit? We want something a bit more goom. Nope, that's easy. We'll take the tune down. Nice. Probably take some of this down. Nice. Look at that. Yeah, just interested. That's fair. Now, I always kind of like I have to ball out on my laptops because they go everywhere with me. Like I produce on my touring thing. I think we can have a long kick today. The way we've done am I even using a mouse? No, I'm using a trackpad, so it's easier for me to produce on the flight. Good question. Like, it makes total sense for me to use a trackpad because, like, for the next couple months, which is why this is the last stream for like a few months probably. I might do a one-off, but I'll let you guys know about that on the gram and shit. But yeah, like if I'm going to be flying every weekend, but I want to be able to feel comfy. Like I used to use a mouse and it would always make me want to produce less because it felt like I wasn't at my desk. It felt like I was in a wrong environment whenever I would sit down to make music in a hotel or on a flight. Yeah. So we're going to quickly do this so that we can get our low end sidechain sorted out. This needs to pick up from this. It needs to be longer. Yeah, that looks about right, honestly. Cool. And the tops, obviously, we do to taste. But for now, I'm just going to do one of these. We need to turn this off. And we need to revert this to this. Okay. Command and dragging a box somewhere? No. Like I'm just sat like this and I've got like my left hand to do all the stuff. I'm like trackpad. This is what my hands look like. We need to saturate this. This is the level on this is kind of all over the place. Actually, no. Let's just clip it. No, we'll clip it. I have to compress this. I didn't want to have to compress this, but I have to compress this. It's the level's not. I'm gonna have to multi-band compress this in case the lows aren't. Hey, Elgo, thank you again, friend. What you been up to? How's your last couple hours been? By the way, we got an hour left until I gotta go. Why would you hate on anybody? Hating on anybody, like, to hate on any company. I mean, nah, that's actually probably a bit strong, but like, you know, don't hate someone on principle. Don't hate a tech company on principle, like, or at least for their products. Like, if they make good products, like what you admit there, then it's like, do you really hate them, or do you just kind of want to hate them? If so, why? By the way, someone was talking about this area, this like 12, 13k area earlier on. If I'd soothed that out right now, or like got rid of it, which actually would have been really hard because it moves a lot. we may not have as much resonance in this now that we're compressing it to be in with everything. Basically, in a roundabout way, what I'm trying to say is don't kill your sounds. Like, if they have resonances and stuff in them, treat them as part of the sound, and you'll find that you end up with much more expressive sounds. Because if you soothe the hell out of everything just eventually starts sounding like the same sound.